Hello friends, welcome to a guitar hang. How are you all doing this wonderful Tuesday night? It's November. Yeah, I don't know the exact date. I was going to try to tell you the date, but I don't know it. What have I been working on musically this week? We had a Tuesday practice tonight. So No Regard got together. They actually just left. I didn't take any video tonight. But we are feeling pretty good about being ready for some shows coming up. Not coming up, January will be our first one, so we got a few months yet, but we're getting there, getting pretty close. I have mainly been working on trying to play and sing at the same time, with the new band that doesn't have a name. I had mentioned before, the band that I tried out for, they asked me to come back, so that's news. So I think they like me as a rhythm acoustic guitar player, so I'm really excited about this project. It's really gonna push me, and I think even tonight at band practice I could feel a little bit. I think because I'm gonna be focused on acoustic rhythm stuff, that it's really going to help my rhythm playing, and then hopefully as well maybe get me to a point of being able to play and sing the No Regard stuff. I have trouble with that right now because it's a little bit more complicated, and I'm playing riffier things. It's hard for me to play and sing at the same time. So it's just something that I need to continue to do quite a bit and get a lot of practice at, but definitely something I'm very excited about. So I've been practicing playing and singing. I'm getting pretty comfortable with a few of the songs, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, we really tonight was about running through the set and making sure that we're ready for shows. And then we'll have practice again this Sunday. And that'll be a little bit lengthier, work some stuff. I think at this point we can maybe on Sundays relax a little bit, maybe not have to run through the whole set, but and then maybe focus more on some new stuff and get the new stuff fleshed out, and maybe write a new song. Yeah, so I think that's about all that we have going on as far as No Regard goes. And then the other band, yeah, we're working on some covers, which is good for me. My City by the Better Oblivion Community Center. Angel from Montgomery by John Prine. And Right Back to It by Waxa. That one always throws me off. It's Waxa something. Waxa Child? I don't know. Right Back to It. It's a great song. I'm kind of bummed that I can't think of the name of the band right now, because that's my favorite song of the three. And then there's a couple of originals. That tryout, I feel like, went pretty well. I was definitely nervous. I definitely fumbled some parts, but that was okay. Other people fumbled on some stuff too. It's a relatively new project. There's maybe some opportunity for me to be singing in that project, and that's something I would really like to push for and push myself towards, as being almost lead singer-ish, if that works out. They seemed maybe open to it and kind of asked me how I felt about it. And so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it progresses. I'd be open to definitely having a singer full time or somebody who's really dedicated. But until then, I'm going to try my hardest to become the lead singer of that band. And if it works out, fun. I don't really write a lot, so I need to start writing. I've been kind of trying to write some stuff down and kind of flesh that out and watch some songwriting videos. And I know it is just really, I need to sit down and start writing some songs. So I'm excited to do that. Gonna try to write some acoustic-y, ballady type things and bring them to them. See if I can figure that out. Ultimately, that's a part of making music that is really exciting to me. I would really like to be able to just write some pretty straightforward, honest, lyric, acoustic type songs and be able to sit down and play around a campfire and hang out. And, yeah, so I'm really excited about that project and where it's going to push me personally. Yeah. And then music that I've been listening to, a lot of it has been those cover songs, just because I'm trying to drill the lyrics. Like, how do people remember lyrics so well? I go over them, I read the lyrics as I'm singing it. On walks at work, I do that twice a day. And then I try to find a moment in the morning to go through it, and then I try to find a moment at night to go through it. So I'm actively reading and singing the lyrics 4 times a day, and then maybe playing and singing them twice a day if I get around to it. So I think it'll come with time. You know, it's only been a couple of weeks, really. And so if I continue at this pace, it's got to get better. It can only get better, right? The more you do it, the better you get at it. What else have I been listening to this week other than that? There's nothing that really comes to mind. Oh, the new Linkin Park album got released. My son is a big fan of the Emptiness Machine, so I kind of keep putting that on, and then I've been listening to the album. At first, I wasn't very impressed with the rest of the album. My initial reaction was kind of as I've been listening to it, I do like it ultimately, and I don't know how other fans perceive things, or if they catch on to the things that, like, somebody who's listens a little closer and is a little bit deeper into music and knows things. Even from the Emptiness Machine, the first couple of songs, I heard that I could tell that they were rehashing Linkin Park sounds from kind of the first few albums. There are specific textures and synths, and this is fine in my opinion. I think some people get mad or offended or say that they're taking, like, rehashing old stuff, or and I don't really even have a problem with rehashing old stuff, like using the same elements to rewrite songs, and somehow that's cheating or less genuine. But I think for a band like that, like, if I think about I try to think of a good band, somebody who doesn't use anything other than, like, the specific band gear. Maybe I would put Alter Bridge. I think Killswitch Engage is a good example, where, like, it's always 2 guitar players, a bass player, drums, and a singer. And throughout their entire career, album to album, you kind of like, as a musician, maybe settle into certain sounds or certain things that work really well for you and that you really enjoy and you get a lot of fulfillment out of. And I think maybe in your early days, when you're first getting gear, you kind of get the stuff that you can afford, and then as your professional career advances, you're able to then get professional gear or buy stuff that is kind of like your pinnacle things. And then you become very happy and satisfied with your tones. And then you're making multiple albums kind of with the same gear, same guitar, same amp, same setup, same microphones, because you know how it's all going to sound and you know it's going to be good. And if you think about a band like Linkin Park, because Mike is kind of a producer, Mike Shinoda, and he's kind of writing these songs before the rest of the band is really fleshing out their parts for it, and they don't like write in a room together. He kind of makes these songs, and then the other instruments come in and add their thing to it. So it really kind of becomes this like, oh, I'm using this sample or this synth at this time because I really like the way it sounds. And then maybe by the next time the next album comes around, I like these synths and these sounds. And so they're kind of reinventing themselves almost every album, which is cool and exciting. But I don't get mad when a new album comes out and I hear them using the strings from Breaking the Habit. If they're using, like, that's kind of typical band stuff. There's a lot of bands that use the same instruments album to album, and only the melodies or the songwriting or the structure of the song changes or the mood of the music changes, but the sounds don't really. So I think it's weird. I think when people get upset, like, oh, I can tell that he's using that sound and it's from this song. Who cares? You can rehash. They could be taking songs straight up from those first couple albums and rehashing them, and I don't know that I would enjoy that. I don't know if I would be as into it, but I wouldn't hate on them for it. I wouldn't think of them as less musicians, because that's where they're at and that's what they want to do. It's their band and their choice. A lot of people have some shitty opinions about Linkin Park or other bands in general. Music, some people have shitty opinions. You have great opinions because you're here watching me, Brent Grow, on a guitar hang with no guitar. It's getting pretty cold out. I know I should be doing some more like guitar-ish type things. And we will. We'll get there. In good time. All right? Sweet. So I think musically, that is about it for me this week. I hope you're having a great week. I hope everything is going really well for you in your lives. And thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.